Tried, he finally nailed it down. Stefan Roncada gave us a 125 sweep. Can number 4, Ricky Carmichael, sweep the 250s here at Budds Creek. The weather is held. We've got terrific conditions.
And Kevin Windham, who started on the inside in the first moto, is on the opposite end of the gate for Moto 2.
Right next to his teammate Tortelli. They're off and running. The second moto underway here at Budds Creek. And look at that, number 14, Kevin Windham, again the hole shot.
He just made a straightaway out of it. That was beautiful.
Doesn't matter where he lines up. Let's see if he can hold on to things now, as Kevin Windham is our leader, David.
That was amazing. He got off that cement perfect. He beat his teammate out. That's what he had to do, get his elbow underneath his teammate, get around him, and he could just control that first corner. But this time, Villeman has a much better shot. And
a bobble there by Windham. Villeman in very close proximity now, looking for opportunity to make the pass. Villeman after a real tough time of it in that first moto.
Those guys went through that whoop section so fast. I don't even know if they realized how fast they got through. They made a straightaway out of that as well. Villeman didn't even look like he let off. Thought he had the pass made, but Kevin got through there just as quick. And look at the distance they already opened up on third.
Windham and Villeman pulling away from the pack now as they battle. Such a great 1-2 battle in the second moto of the 125s. Can we match it here with Team Yamaha's David Villeman and Team Honda's Kevin Windham?
I believe so. Both these guys have a little something to prove. You got Kevin, who went down while leading that first moto. I have a feeling he was ready to check out. Villeman, now he knows who he is and where he is after that first moto when he went down the first corner and smacked his head. This time he wants to really try to get some points back after that first moto at Southwick, losing his clutch. He can't afford to drop more points, and he dropped a lot in that first moto, so he's got to get hot now.
Windham, last year's winner here at Budds Creek, under more damp conditions than we have here. One of his 4 career wins. Boy, a win would really help his cause right now because he's been tremendously successful and consistent this year.
He better get with it now because it looked like Carmichael just got around his teammate Dowd in that last shot.
You're absolutely correct, David. RC has moved into third, and he'll pick it up a notch. Windham, Villeman, Carmichael, Dowd, and Tortelli.
Looked like Ferry had a pretty good start up in there as well.
This has been Tim Ferry's finest overall so far. And there's Greg Albertine, the defending champion, who had a good first moto.
He's in contact with that lead group. Everybody that's a player here has ridden well, has got a good start in the second moto. I think we might see more than a two-way battle for the lead.
The berm's pretty deep here in the second moto, the final moto of the day.
Very similar to the kind of dirt I had at Lake Sugar Tree. It's so loamy when it's rained just right. They've got it watered just right, which they've prepared the track here perfect. The berms are excellent. Watch Kevin just work his way around these corners. Able to just lay it in, get on the gas, and it hooks up.
Our leader is Windham. Sebastian Tortelli, who came through almost the entire pack in the first moto, is already up to fourth. So look out, he's a charger. We'll be right back. We saw a great 1-2 battle in the last 125 moto, but look at this. It's forming up to be an outstanding 250 moto. Out front, Kevin Windham. And right behind him is David Villeman, number 934. Villeman desperately needing a win here to get back in the title chase after some tough times in the opening motos in the last couple of races.
I don't see any signs that Kevin is slowing down. It just looks like he's getting pressure from guys who are trying so much hard. A little mistake by Kevin.
Here comes Villeman. Bar to bar we go. Don't forget the huge ruts at the bottom of this hill. Villeman wading through them, looks back. He is our new leader. Starting off his first full season in 250s, placing second in Supercross, and beginning this year with 3 straight podiums, including 2 wins, a great accomplishment. And he's a never-give-up type of guy, just like so many others we've described.
This is where he feels like he belongs out front. He's definitely got the speed to do it, but boy, after that first moto in Southwick, losing his clutch, no points, and then the first moto here going down to the first corner, Thought I had to be wondering a little bit what happened. Kevin comes up a little bit short on this plateau. Watch, he touches the top, goes back up in the air while Villeman is driving power to the ground. They get side by side through here, but Villeman's got the inside. It's the outside right there, but became the inside at the bottom of the hill for the pass.
And here is our first moto winner, Ricky Carmichael. He is currently in third, and he is moving.
He better be. Tortelli is moving a little bit quicker and has actually caught this pack. Tortelli could push this into a four-way battle in a matter of like a lap and a half. They are going that much faster.
Sebastian Tortelli, number 21. Ricky Carmichael was able to hold him off with a brilliant piece of racing at Glen Helen. Remember that Tortelli just tried everything possible that he knew of in the book of racing to get by RC, and RC just never cracked.
I think that's what Tortelli was counting on. He was surprised by the fitness of Ricky to go the distance, and they're going to get into it here again.
Chad Watts is RC's mechanic, and Davey Coombs is with him now in the mechanics area.
Chad, how'd Ricky feel between motos? Did he seem winded at all, or did he seem like he was raring to go?
Yeah, he seemed actually all right. Didn't seem that dehydrated or tired. Yeah, just kind of relaxed and ate a sandwich and waited for the next moto.
This time he had to line up on the far inside as compared to the outside. It's like he and Wyndham switched positions, but both times you got to give Wyndham credit. He got the jump.
Yeah, Kevin's a really excellent starter, and Ricky decided to go inside that time because the inside line was good, but I think he might have got bumped on the start. No excuses. Overall, Kevin's a really good starter.
Do you think that Ricky will lay back and watch that Villeman Wyndham battle for a little while, or is he going to jump up and join it?
There ain't time. Tortelli's right on his rear wheel.
So we got a great battle for first place with Villeman and Wyndham, and a super battle here for third with Ricky Carmichael and Sebastian Tortelli.
Well, Carmichael, like I said in the first moto, he always feels like he's out there, wants to smoke these guys. He always feels like he's got something to prove. He's got so much fire in him. He wants to win this moto. You know he's not going to give up. He's going to try. He's going to take chances if he has to, and Tortelli's back there, maybe the faster of all these four guys. I have a feeling this is going to get good. It's already good.
Carmichael, since Mount Morris and that 12-12 for an 11th overall, has felt that, hey, I've got to win races. I've got to win motos. I can't sit back and just be consistent because I've got some catching up to do. And Ricky Carmichael certainly is riding that way. These guys are going so fast.
Just when they come through that whoop section, it looked like earlier in the day they were timing through there, trying to find a rhythm. Now they're just pegged through there. They don't even care if there's a rhythm. They're just wide open.
This track, too, has such great elevation changes and speed going downhill, and you have to brake just the right way. We'll be right back with more action. We're back at Budds Creek, where a Frenchman just won the 125. A Frenchman is now leading the 250, and here's a Frenchman that's picking up the caboose of the freight train to the contenders.
It's unbelievable what's going on with France. The guys that are coming out of there, how much dedication they have. They come over here, they give up everything, they learn our language, and they're kicking our tails.
Carmichael to the inside, and oh, Ricky Carmichael moves up a notch. What a move by Ricky through that gnarly looking section.
He didn't care how deep the berm was, as long as it was good enough for the pass. And Tortelli's right there. Look at this battle. And while these guys are battling, and let me add, I cannot believe how fast and how hard these guys are charging. Villeman is pulling away. There he just went by the other way into the off camber.
Villeman in first place. Ricky Carmichael now trying to catch him as Wyndham and Tortelli go at it. Tortelli makes a clean pass on his Team Honda teammate.
It didn't seem like there was any room there, but that has been the favorite spot of Tortelli to get by all these guys, and anticipating the rain. See that green on the top of Tortelli's helmet? That's a sponge. Remember those guys were doing that at Mount Morris in the mud. If it would have rained here, that would keep the mud from sticking to the top of his helmet and weighing his head down.
Ricky Carmichael does have plenty of time, though, to catch our leader.
There's Villeman just going by the other way. These guys, he knows they're coming, and as soon as he saw Carmichael get into second, you know he's going to try to pick it up. Here's Ricky going to the inside. See, Kevin out here has got to follow this berm around. Now, that's fine as long as you don't have Ricky breathing down your neck, but Kevin's got about 25 or 30 more feet of racetrack. Then here, watch the line. Tortelli's able to square this corner. That means he's going to be able to cut back to the inside more than Kevin. Kevin's committed to drifting wide right there. Tortelli drops down to the inside. The front end washes out a little bit. He muscles his way out of it, makes the pass.
So Carmichael, who went through such frustration in converting to the 250 during a Supercross season, picking up his third 125 crown last year, and now is really showing that this 250 bike is his and he can handle it.
I'll tell you what, Art, I'm really impressed with the way Ricky can ride outdoors, and if he can make this jump to the 250 and grab this title, he can pick up that same status that McGrath has indoors. Just be the dominant guy outdoors, have all the intimidation, and scare these guys, have them racing for second.
As we see Tim Ferry leading a freight train of big names, I got to bring up the point that McGrath has won here twice. And people tend to forget he has 15 national outdoor victories.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people forget. I have at times, and I think it's because of the fact that his success indoors is so ridiculous. It's easy to overlook what's going on with his record outdoors. I mean, 70 Supercross wins pretty much overshadows the 15 outdoors.
There we see Albertine, and there's Larocco, number 5. But the guy who took 5th place in the first moto, Tim Ferry, is currently holding that position down in front of John Dowd.
Albertine just monorailed that berm back there, made up a little time on these guys. Larocco's just looking for an opportunity. The fact that Albertine was able to get around that berm at the bottom of the hill so fast, he was able to make that pass at the top.
Well, this is good competition back in the pack, but let me tell you, David Villeman here, number 934, is going to have some great competition. Right there, Ricky Carmichael. He has reeled him in. What a performance by Carmichael. Now, can he get close enough to intimidate and put pressure on him? Let's go down to Davey in the pit area.
Brian, it's starting to look like Ricky's got a hook into David. Do you think David can fight him off?
You know, I don't know. It's looking like David might be slowing down just a little bit, making a few mistakes on the backside of the track. I hope he can pick it back up. That headache may be coming into play. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
I noticed this time around, right before the mechanics area, David looked over his shoulder and saw Carmichael use that inside line that he used to pass Wyndham. Do you think David's going to move over this time?
You know, I don't know. He's got that outside line pretty good. I don't think he's losing any time to anybody right there. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, after getting word of the concussion that David Villeman suffered in the first moto, I'm surprised he's even out there, David.
Well, this is part of the race where everything's pumping, the adrenaline, the blood, and you got the throbbing going on. He may have a little bit of a problem with trying to focus right now, and who wouldn't? Look at the pressure he has. He gets a big swap right there, and it forces him to the outside berm. I don't think he wanted that one.
Boy, look at Tortelli, too. Tortelli hounding Ricky Carmichael. This could be a bang, bang, bang finish. Hold on. Welcome back to Budds Creek, where we've got a 250 second moto that is going to be an incredible finish. David Villeman currently leads, but look at Ricky Carmichael. Number 4 is right on his tail, and then Sebastian Tortelli is not that far away. Here comes Ricky Carmichael. They're going to go bar to bar. Up the hill we go. Can Carmichael get the angle? No. David Villeman shuts the door, but Ricky goes to the outside. Here comes Carmichael. Carmichael takes the lead. Incredible. Look out for Tortelli, though. He's going to look for some opportunity here against Villeman.
That was so smart by Carmichael. I didn't think he was going to be able to get around, and Villeman was trying to guess what he should do right there, and Carmichael picked the perfect line.
Carmichael trying to pull away as Villeman tries to hold off Tortelli for second place.
Oh, Tortelli around that corner on the outside, carried a wheelie through the corner and all the way down the straightaway. Power to the ground. These guys are giving it everything.
In and out of the shadows now. Here comes Tortelli. Tortelli looking for second place. Oh, what a great afternoon for Tortelli, despite having his problems with a first turn crash in the first moto, coming all the way back. Tortelli getting a little bobbled there down in the horseshoe.
Tortelli's so focused and so motivated to catch Carmichael. Even his foot coming off the peg right there didn't knock him off center.
The crowd going bananas, as you can see. They love their Pastrana, but they are great motocross fans here at Budds Creek, and this is a record crowd. It's the biggest crowd they've ever had.
Look at Tortelli right here trying to make his move on Villeman. He jumps way into the corner, lands. He's going to square it down there in the shadows. Imagine how hard it is to see your line right there. Tortelli cuts it sharp. He's able to get the power back down to the ground once they went over that next plateau a little sooner and able to make the pass on Villeman.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tortelli now just doesn't do the same thing to Carmichael with the speed that he's been able to garner.
Well, if this were the first race of the season, then I think Tortelli could be a little bit smart. But he already knows that if he doesn't put enough pressure on Carmichael like he did at the first round, Carmichael can hang on and not make a mistake. Here, he's really got to push him.
Greg Albertine in 7th. He's behind Mike LaRocco with his teammate Robbie Raynard behind him. A more than slight difference in intensity here from what we are used to seeing out front with Tortelli and Carmichael going at it.
Now, when the leaders come by, I mean, it's not that these guys are going slow, but you can see the difference. You know, they kind of coast from berm to berm where the other guys are just leaning forward, charging, just trying to twist the throttle right off the handlebar.
The Japanese rider Akira Narita is currently up for top privateer honors. He had an 11th place finish in the first moto, and he's sitting in 11th now. But he is the top privateer as we go back to the battle. Carmichael, Tortelli. Ricky Carmichael is really feeling it now. There's Tortelli's move in the shadows. Carmichael comes right back. Back and forth we go. Here comes Tortelli. Oh, my goodness. Bar to bar we go down the hill. Tortelli takes the lead. That was a great move. Great setup.
Just sheer strength. He came into the corner so hot, slammed on the brakes, and just, it was like a tractor. He just moved the dirt around. And it still wasn't enough. He had to go up and use a little bit of finesse to get around Ricky at the top.
So Ricky Carmichael with the 2nd place finish could still take the overall. But Tortelli would have such a psychological advantage in the points race.
Watch right here. Carmichael had already whipped his back end over in front of Tortelli, probably just to mess with him a little bit. Tortelli had the inside. Carmichael tried to cover. It was too late, so he cuts back on him right there. But Tortelli answers perfect. It's a good drive right there. They go off the plateau side by side, but Tortelli had the better line. I don't think Ricky's going to let Tortelli get away now. He's a fighter. Now he's the one that can put all the pressure on Tortelli down the stretch. Lapped riders could play a role.
As we go back to a non-battle in 5th right there with Tim Ferry and Mike LaRocco. So far, they're staying pretty orderly as we saw them before.
Kind of a tough day for LaRocco. Not a good start, of course, in that first moto. We saw him just getting going late after he got tangled in that pile-up, working his way up to 9th.
It's been a tough season for The Rock. Not counting Supercross, of course, when he came through brilliantly. Tortelli's our leader. We'll be back. The Chevy Trucks AMA Motocross Series is brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Honda, the company that defines performance on 2 wheels. Performance first. And by Suzuki, makers of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. We're back for the white flag lap. Sebastian Tortelli taking the lead away from Carmichael. Carmichael not that far away here on the last lap. What does he have planned?
Something outrageous. That's what it's going to take to get around Tortelli, because he is solid. He's going fast enough. Ricky's going to have to take chances.
In this position earlier in the... Oh, whoa, look at that! Ricky Carmichael comes right in and does a block pass on Tortelli. Makes Tortelli stop.
Had no idea that was coming. Tortelli had such a lead going down that hill. I had no idea Carmichael could get in there. I don't know if Tortelli really appreciates the way he looked back and stopped like that. I'd be so motivated to get him back.
Well, they still have a lot of this lap to go, though. And Tortelli has opportunity. Let's see if he can get him back.
Yeah, Ricky may have pulled the trigger a little early, because now Tortelli's got about 3/4 of a lap to try to come back. Look at Ricky coming down the hill on the inside. Doesn't look like he's got enough time. Tortelli sees him and waits a little bit, thinks, I'll just cut back under him. And Ricky does that little chicken look over at you, stopping the line thing. I don't know. He's famous for that, but that would just aggravate me. If I ever did something like that to Hannah or Rick Johnson, I'd be parked in the stands the next moment.
But Carmichael has the lead. Will he hold on to get the sweep?
Well, you got to hand it to him. He did what he had to do. That's Ricky Carmichael. That's his style, whatever it takes. You got to admire somebody that wants to win that bad. These guys both do.
Tortelli slipping out just a little bit in the back turn, but you can see that red fender.
That's
right
his
in the
favorite
shot.
corner. Look how close he got.
A lapper, a couple of lappers. They're going to have to work around. Look out, here comes Tortelli on the inside, but Carmichael takes the inside line. He's going to split the lappers. Carmichael. Oh, that was a good break for Ricky. And the checkered flag for Carmichael. His second sweep of the year, his third victory of the season. And Ricky Carmichael has turned the trick here in the second moto.